Investigation into the cause of the January fatal mid-air collision between an American Airlines passenger jet and an Army helicopter near Washington's Reagan Airport has prompted officials to make some urgent recommendations. National Transportation Safety Board Chairwoman Jennifer Homendy is recommending a ban on some helicopter flights in that area, saying the setup that had been in place for years, quote, poses an intolerable risk.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot May K. Beeler weighs in this morning. May K., good morning.
Good morning.
Weeks ago, you predicted that this would probably happen.
Because it had to happen.
Yeah.
It was inexcusable. Yeah, I predicted an eventual permanent closure of Route 4. So that's the helicopter route along the Potomac River that crisscrosses the approach path of runway 33, where the regional jet was descending clear to land on a normal approach. So in early reports, it appears the helicopter was probably at the wrong altitude, placing it on a direct collision course with a jet. So right after the crash, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy immediately called for the temporary closure of that route to helicopter traffic when aircraft were utilizing that runway. And now the NTSB is pushing the FAA for a permanent closure and charging the agency with the task of finding an alternate route for the choppers. Data reveals the existing separation between planes and helicopters at Washington Airport is insufficient and poses an intolerable risk to aviation safety. It also revealed the hazards have been there a long time, and Duffy says the FAA didn't bother to evaluate. This was an accident waiting to happen.
How so? Kind of explain that.
Oh, this is scary. All right, so under the current practice, helicopters and planes can fly as close as 75 feet apart from each other vertically, only 75 feet on that route or near Route 4. So, folks, that's way too close for comfort, because in low visibility instrument or nighttime conditions, when it's kind of hard to spot other traffic, pilots rely on our altimeter settings for proper altimeter position. Yet, per the Aeronautical Information Manual, that's an FAA publication that provides flight information and ATC procedures, the instrument can be off by as much as 75 feet to be used to be acceptable. So if the separation between aircraft is only 75 feet and the altimeter is off by 75 feet or more, a collision is likely. Reports show there may have been an altitude readout error in the helicopter. And in their investigation, the NTSB uncovered more than 15,000 reports of helicopters flying dangerously close to airplanes around Reagan National. That was between October 2021 and December 2024, plus 85 near misses. Okay. That will turn your stomach.
So May K., you talk about the near misses there, that we know that also members of Congress have said, you know what, there are a lot of flights going into Reagan National. Yeah. Maybe we need to review this. Why did it take a tragedy to make this happen?
Doesn't it seem like that's always the case?
Yeah.
Sadly.
Regulations are written in blood.
How long does it take if this is suggested to the FAA and the FAA goes, okay, we agree, we're gonna make the announcement? How long does that take? A long time?
Well,
does it happen immediately?
Hopefully not an act of Congress right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully right away.
Okay.
That's an expression, right? An act of Congress. But hopefully right away. This unacceptable.
It is.
Something good has to come out of this tragedy. It can never happen again.
Yep. I mean, like you said, though, May K., you said that right after, as we were watching this and talking about that, you said it is, these changes are written in blood, as you just said, and unfortunately took this tragedy. Hopefully now, though, it'll be much safer to fly into Reagan National.
From your mouth to God's ear.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot May K. Beeler. May K., we appreciate your insight. And as we said, she said this was going to happen months ago, right after the accident. We appreciate it.